Speaking of the coaching staff, I do want to call out one in particular, Mithy, because Mithy, alongside you, Perks, two people that Alphari was calling out as really wanting to take down in the series. Obviously, it was a different result on behalf of Cloud9. Do you have any words for Alphari, whether respectful or otherwise, after achieving this victory?
Alphari was really hard to play against. We were like really focusing in draft a lot and in gameplay as well. Blabber was ganking top quite a bit, so I'm quite happy that I beat him again.
Again.
But I can't help but feel a bit like sad that he is getting chased over from Europe to NA by me, and so he just can't get a trophy. But maybe like next split he will do it. So I hope not. Right, I'll try my best again. But yeah, nothing but mad respect for Alphari.
We're all looking to keep
Alphari again.
Alphari.
Alphari? Alphari.
Expectations for our sets, right?
Just,
Dude, you're like Uzi.
Just my attitude.
You haven't won worlds, haven't won a title, but like you're just the best in your role. Like you're just too cool for everyone, Barney.
Exactly like
You're just so cool, dude. Oh my
I think you're
god.
a little bit over me right now, but we'll get them.
All right, next slide then. That was an easy one. Number 2, Alphari's best trait, his laning phase or his team fighting.
It's his laning phase.
He did get solo killed by Revenge in a counter matchup.
That's true, but he also built a 54 CS lead in 15 minutes as GP into Aatrox, and that's just as dirty. So I mean, you know what? If he's gonna die solo like once or twice this
One time with a
and
blind pick cannon with Aurelia up. Plus, a lot of the times they have him split pushing, and his split pushing is quite good. So it's, yeah, I'm definitely going lane phase rather than team fighting specifically for him. But yeah, not too shabby in any area. Exactly. It's like Pokemon where, you know, the graph that's spread out with the EVs, it's a little bit in on one side, but they're all almost maxed out.
Right. What do you think about Alphari getting benched? I mean, honestly, I think Alphari is for sure better than like this guy that like comes after him, right? But I mean, apparently there's like, okay, holy shit, I was so scared that I downed runes. But apparently there's like some internal issues they are facing, right? So if they are facing some issues, then it's a problem, you know. It's a BG then, you know. Like you don't want like team environment and like team cohesion is more important than like issues you can face. So I think if they are facing issues, they have to fix issues, if that makes sense. How do you play?
I've played with Alphari on a team, and I know Alphari like decently well, I would say. In terms of how he works, I think he's a very hard worker. Alphari is a person who doesn't give a shit what's happening as long as he's winning, and if there's something he knows is stopping him from winning, he will out it. So after not knowing the full story, it sounds like something Alphari would do, like just literally saying to the coach, like, look, what you're saying is complete shit, like stop it, like really. And I think if anyone on TL was the person to come up with it and say that, I think it would probably be him. It's not like being... And I think that people might paint a picture of Alphari as like a bad guy. And I think that's not the right idea. Alphari is not a bad guy. I think he's just like, if he thinks that someone's wrong, and there's a general consensus of that is wrong, that he'll be the first one to say like, look, you're fucking... No, it's wrong. Shut the hell up. You know, maybe he won't say it in the nicest ways, but he will say it. So you can call that toxic, but I think it's also a good thing to have that on a team.
Like, do you honestly believe Team Liquid benching Alphari is, you know, gonna benefit them in any way? I watched preview of their top laner for 2 seconds. Didn't need a long time to figure out that Alphari is 5 times better at the game, man. Like, come on. Or the same for Sven, man. Like, come on. And you hear Reddit comment, it's for team atmosphere. Like, come on. Jesus Christ. There's a problem.
I mean, honestly, what happened in NA with them benching Sven and benching Alphari, it just proves that NA doesn't give a single fuck about winning. They just prove that. Like, honestly, I don't even care what they did, and I can only assume that they got kicked for, I don't know, being toxic or something, but again, I'm sure they had reasons to be toxic, and yeah. Sven most likely said his jungler was dog shit, and I mean, he was right. That's not a reason to replace that guy, bro. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, benching the best performing player is like. I mean, maybe there were some like deeper reasons, right? But if you got benched for toxicity or for internal stuff, then kind of mind blowing.
Needed a jungle attention to like push it out, for example, like TL versus C9 game 5, Fudge versus Alphari, level 3 complete bloodbath, and now Fudge has to crash the wave, gets ganked by 3 TL members. I've never seen that happen to Rogue. I've never seen AutoAmne struggle to crash a wave or struggle to freeze a wave, so his wave management must be really good. I think that's something to definitely study if you're a top laner trying to improve. Just watch AutoAmne's competitive games.
Yeah.
See how efficient he is.
Also, speaking of, shout out to Alphari. Because that we thought for sure that like Perks was going to be the one smurfing on it's Alphari. The top gap is everlasting. It's gigantic. The man might as well be back in Wales with how big the top gap is. Like it's actually insane. Alphari's
the best thing.
I used to be bad, so I'm sure that I'm still like really bad. But I think relative to the other top laners, I think that's the only top laner that's like actually better than me right now is Alphari. I think the rest of them are like all really like. They really just don't punish you when you make mistakes in lane. And I think versing...
I actually don't know shit about him.
Didn't you scrim against him? We scrimmed against EDG. Oh, not EDG, sorry, G2, sorry.
Yeah, what do you think of him?
I think they're all fine. I think they're actually going to probably be them and Vitality will probably be two of the better teams in the LEC.
Okay.
I think Broken Blade was actually probably the hardest top lane to play against out of all the LEC tops I played against.
Do you think Broken Blade's better than Alphari?
Actually, no, Alphari's better. Alphari's better than Broken Blade, but I mean, now that Bwipo is actually a top laner again, I think it's probably Alphari then Bwipo. But I think Broken Blade is third.
Okay.
The end of the split and they were bringing Alphari
Jenkins,
back. Jack was fired and they were trying to say like TL actually won more games with Jenkins and he actually like could be arguably as good. Like whoever you are, just retire. You don't need to be on the LCS broadcast anymore. You don't know anything about League of Legends. Like go and do like little kids. Well, you already do little kids game, but even go do fucking like a Barbie's Playhouse or some shit. Like it ain't for you, mate. It ain't for you. Yeah, what a whack take that was. Like, dude, listen, you've obviously worked with him, but anyone who's just watched Alphari play the last few years, he's got to be one of the most consistently good players that we've ever had in the West.
No, especially when it comes to laning. Like when it comes to laning and the work that he puts in, especially in laning with the amount of 1v1s that he does, it's just insane.
Yeah.